Okay, so by a show of hands, who all has played the murder mystery board game called Clue? Of course you have. Today I'll be teaching the audience about how the game of Clue is played, as well as where the game originated from. Today I'll be informing the audience about the origin of the game, the setup of the game, instructions on how to play, how to win, as well as providing strategies that can help you win. I have played this game since I was a child, who has been out for a very long time. Here I have the board game, Clue. Do you see it? Everybody see it? Okay. So, I will be discussing the origin of the game. Clue is one of the most popular board games in history. According to the website history.com, the game was invented out of boredom during World War II by Anthony Pratt and his wife to pass time during air raids. The game was at first called Murder. According to mentalfloss.com, the game was introduced in 1949 and Pratt patented the game in 1947. However, in 1949, he sold the game to what is now known as Hasbro in the United States as Clue, and he sold it to Waddington's in the UK as Cluedo. But the game was not put in stores until 1949 due to post-war shortages. And over the decades, there have been many changes made to the game. Although the general idea of the game has remained the same, countless changes have been made. Pratt's original patent included 10 characters and additional weapons, and changes to the characters over the years have been made in order to keep up with latest trends. Okay, so next I will be talking about the setup of the game. So I will be discussing character selection. Each game requires 2 to 6 players. Each player chooses a character from the suspect list to play as. Each player will use their character's matching colored token to move around the mansion. Place 6 tokens of the characters and weapons in the center of the board, even if there are less than 6 players participating. And then the murder envelope. Black clue cards are put in this envelope Black clue cards put in this envelope are the suspect, weapon, and the room involved in the murder. Separate black clue cards into weapon, suspect, and room decks. Shuffle each deck separately and place them facing down on the table. Without looking, take the top card from each of the deck and put them into the yellow murder envelope. Place the murder envelope on the side of the board. Next I'll be talking about dealing the cards. Shuffle the rest of the black clue cards together and then deal them all facing down to each player. Make sure every player has the same amount of playing cards. Every player must keep their cards a secret. So place any leftover black clue cards on the side of the board. And then the clue sheet. Give each player a clue sheet and a pen to write with, although pens they don't come with the game. And then players must keep these clue sheets a secret as well. Without letting anyone see, each player must cross off the black clue cards that have been dealt, as well as any leftover cards on the side of the board off their clue sheet. Throughout the game, you will get to see other players' cards one at a time. Every time you see one, cross it off your clue sheet. A card that is not in the yellow murder envelope is not involved in the murder. So the red bonus cards, shuffle the red bonus cards and place them at the side of the board for bonus moves if you'd like. These cards are optional. So, instructions on how to play the game. According to Board Game Capital, I could tell you how to play. This website tells you that in order to decide who goes first, everyone rolls the dice and the highest number goes first. On your turn, you roll a move and enter a room. If you roll too low to enter a room, you may go for a red bonus card. Ask a clue question and get an answer. For example, was a scarlet with a rope in the garage? If no one can show you a card, you figured out which cards are in the murder envelope. End your turn by marking off your clue sheet. Once you've crossed off everybody's cards off your clue sheet, you're ready to make an assumption and solve the murder. Make an accusation. For example, I accuse Green with the lead pipe in the dining room. So, you check the cards in the envelope without letting anyone else see them. If you get all the 3 cards right, you solved the murder. If you got something wrong, then you are out of the game and you must sit back and watch everyone else guess to solve the murder. But don't let any other players guess what you got wrong. Let's go over. Okay, so I will tell you tips on how to bluff. According to the Spruce Crafts, you can ask about a card that you have and remain with a poker face in order to confuse the other players, or you can go through joining doors or the secret passages on the board. So in conclusion, Clue is a pretty easy game to play. However, if you haven't played in a while, you can always refer to the game manual in order to refresh your memory. I just informed my audience about the origin of the game, how the game is set up, instructions on how to play the game, and provided them with tips that might help them win the game. I hope you now understand how the game of Clue is played and where the game of Clue originated from.